Yo, yo, yo. What is going on, guys? Alright. Let's see, who do we got in here? The Bedroom Gaming on Twitch. What's going on there? Devin Corey on YouTube. What's up, guys? And a frame. Yes, we're all primed. And I've got the base mount sorted and the lower half of the kit here on the base, so you guys can sort of get an idea of how that's looking here. The base is not final. I need to do some more work on that, but you can see how that's going to be on there, and it'll probably be a little bit further down into there, but yeah, just kind of, I was just testing that out. But yeah, it's all primed, and I went for white instead of mahogany primer like I was planning on, and actually kind of regretting that now, because been making kind of some last minute changes to what I want to do with the colors for this. So as you guys know, as I think I showed you guys last time maybe, that I was planning on basing the color scheme off of the Starry Night Reed Frog, and I still am, but I was gonna try to make the colors like as close as possible. Hey, what's going on, Dave? Thank you for the super chat there. I will get some coffee. I was gonna try to make the colors like as close as possible to like the colors on the actual frog, which are very bright, and I just am having a hard time doing that. Like super bright colors on a Maschinen Krieger kit, you know, just seem really out of place. I mean, I don't mind the fact that it like might look a bit weird, and you know, I mean, you guys know that I don't mind trying some funky colors on some stuff, but I mean, the last Maschinen Krieger kit that I finished, the Kuster, is in like baby blue and like light yellow kind of colors. So I mean, already done that, but with this I thought I don't want to make it quite that bright, because I was planning on using some fluorescent paints, which I was actually planning on using the Gaia variations, but here I've got the Mr. Color fluorescent paints, and not making like super fluorescent, but you know, just to try to get those really bright colors of the frog. So long and short of it is that I've decided to go for a little bit more toned down color scheme, not quite so bright, so it'll look a little bit more traditional Maschinen Krieger style, but it will still be pretty funky based on the color scheme of the frog. I think Dave said, I think it would work if you weather the hell out of it. Could look cool. Yeah, I think if, I mean, the colors were super bright, but then, you know, toned it down a bunch with some heavy weathering. Yes, I thought about that option as well too, but I think what I'm gonna go for is still gonna be pretty funky, pretty cool, pretty unique, but not quite as bright as using fluorescent paints. Fluorescent paints, I mean, if you guys have ever used them, they're just incredibly bright. So, I mean, they look great in a lot of cases, and I will probably end up using some mixed in with the paints, but it won't be anything pure fluorescent. So let's get down to biz. And I don't have my fan on at the moment, but I have the door open over there, so there should be enough air moving in here. It should be fine. If the fumes are getting too much, I might open the door, but it should be okay for a while. Chefster, love those missile pods. Yeah, it's a super cool feature. It's kind of a pain in the ass to build, but because there's 6 of them, so it's kind of repetitive, but they are super cool in the design. Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of getting a little bit blown out for you guys, isn't it? So let me make a little adjustment here. I feel like there's something stuck in my throat. And I haven't eaten anything yet today, so that's kind of strange. See if I move this more away. Well, that's kind of getting out of control. So I was trying to, usually I don't basically have anything on auto as far as like this camera goes, but I was trying the gain on auto, and and I think it's just not gonna work. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that. So let's switch off auto for that. Get this turned down, and we'll just do our best with that. All right. Did you change the mat because of all the white? No, I changed the mat because I want to try not to get any more paint spilled on my white cutting mats, even though there's already glued spilled on them and I need to replace them probably anyway, so I guess it wouldn't matter. But yeah, that is true with the parts of the kit being white for the moment anyway, and then white background. Yeah, they would be like invisible at the moment. But no, the main reason for switching the mat for today was basically just to use a mat that I didn't mind so much if I got some paint on it. So we're gonna start. I mean, if you guys have ever painted any of these kits, or if you ever seen or heard me talking about painting them, you kind of have to go through stages. It's not like you know, in terms of like hand painting, the way that I do it, and it's certainly not the only way to do it, and certainly not the correct way to do it, I'm sure. But you have to go like through stages and like back and forth with different colors. So it's not like we're airbrushing where you just paint your color and then you're done with it, and then paint your color and then you're done with that color. So it's a bit kind of more of a process. So we'll see that here today. So this is Mr. Color Yellow Green for reference. Where are the brushes? Here we are. And I'm also going to mix in some character yellow and tan. So it's the character yellow will make it a bit more yellow, obviously, and the tan will basically desaturate it a bit. That's the idea. Hey, Sturgity, what's going on, man? And Patrick, hey Patrick. Danny, what's going on, guys? And I don't think I'm going to add any fluorescent right now, but I think later on, when I do like a kind of a second round of the colors, is when I'll maybe add a little bit of fluorescent into it, so it'll have like a kind of, you know, a little bit of fluorescent like layering going on with that. I think actually, and I usually like never have the urge to ever want to use pure yellow, but this is actually one case where I kind of maybe wish that I did have some pure yellow. Actually, don't want to do that. Let's see how this is looking. It's a lot more paint than I think I'm gonna need. Actually, I'm being a little bit too generous with that, I think, possibly, but and still a bit too green, but I think we're probably gonna have a hard time toning down that green because it's probably gonna be a pretty powerful color. Let's add a bit more yellow and just see how it's going here. So this is, if you thought the building process was freeform jazz, then the painting process is much more so. So that might be okay for now, and like I said, we're going to add other colors and other layers and things like that as well too, so it'll all change as time goes by. What's on the schedule for next week in terms of reviews and live streams? Patrick, I'm not sure at the moment. One thing I can tell you that I built yesterday is both versions of the, sorry for the loud sound, the booster unit, the Advanced Zeta booster unit. The regular version and the combat deployment colors, I have both, and built those, but now I have to find the kits. I've temporarily misplaced the kits that those go with. The, what is it? Hazenthal 2 Raw and the Hazenthal Raw 2 are what you need like for demonstrating those, and I don't know where I put them at. I thought I had them at home, and last night I checked at home and they weren't there, so they must be here somewhere. I think they're back in the closet, so I gotta go check. But yeah, those, also the Kotobukiya, what's that? Reverse trike from Death Stranding. I unboxed it yesterday, and I'm gonna be building that, I think probably tomorrow night or at some point kind of over the weekend. Be working on that as well too, so I don't think I'll be live streaming that build, because it's the kind of build that, just based on how I do my live streaming, it'd be kind of difficult to do. As far as any live streaming goes next week, I mean, there'll be some more contest judging, for one. And what else? Let's see. Are you going to build and review the high mobility pack that's sitting on your back shelf? High mobility pack? Oh yeah. Yeah, build and review. Yes, definitely. That's something that I will probably build and review very soon. But probably not live build that, because again, this kind of, there's not really much to live build, I think, with that. It's just a backpack, right? So you don't need respirator when brushing lacquer. You do, and you should. I'm going without for today so that I can talk with you guys, but that also means that I'm not going to be streaming the entire painting process with you guys, because I will put a respirator on later. Just for the time being, we'll hang out for a little while. Sans respirator, but I will put one on a little bit later. So yeah, I was mentioning earlier that the door is open over there, so at least I have some kind of good ventilation going on, some fresh air coming in, I mean. But yes, so that'll be maybe a good enough color for now, at least to get us started. We'll see how it's going. Now I also have to remember which side's which, because this one, and I've got some reference images here that I can refer to. The top and on some of these parts, well, like not on some, I guess basically on this part, I had to refresh my memory which side is the top and which is the bottom. Ben Lung, hey everyone. So when you move back to the US, will there be a change in reviews, live builds, like less P Bandai limited kits, for example? I don't think so. Not necessarily. I mean, there will be some changes to stuff here and there, yeah, but probably not much regarding that stuff. So, basically the painting of this is going to be pretty loose, especially the first round. So what you guys will be seeing here today will be, you know, very much just the beginning stages, and it's not going to look like much, and it's probably going to look kind of bad. But it's the kind of thing where it just gets better over time. You just have to kind of keep working with it. Deandra, thank you. Come bearing gift of money and maybe plastic. Very nice. So the like greenish color here is like on the top of the body parts. And so that's where we'll be applying this. And then there's like kind of a, just based on the colors of the frog, the like lower colors than under that are kind of like pinkish, orangish, kind of almost like flesh tone kind of colors on them. So it's a bit interesting. Looking good. Don't flatter me. It's not looking like anything yet. But yeah, I mean, the color is okay. Also just trying to make sure that we got good coverage, at least in terms of like top to bottom. Alright, that part is good for now. Stick that up over there. And what else here? So yeah, also some of these bits, like what I'm planning on doing as far as like the assembly of the kit is doing like the first round of painting on the kit disassembled like this, and then I'm going to assemble it and put in the LEDs and stuff, and then I'll work on the painting some more. So this is just kind of for now. Yeah, my Gundam shop. Yes, yes. As Sturgetti said there, it's basically just model kits. There's some backstory to them, but there's nothing animated or in a manga or anything. So. Let's see, this middle part of the body as well too here, but I think this is gonna mostly be in our orange color. I also got my character figure here. I found, if you guys watched the live stream the other day, I said I couldn't find the character figure that I wanted to use with this. I found her hiding in the Best Hits Chronicle PlayStation box, because I was also considering using that this character figure with that kit. But she's the perfect fit for this kit, so sorry PlayStation. Have to use something different with that later on. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I see the Breakworks astronaut figure. Any plans on how to paint flesh tone on the face? Yeah, actually, I already. You guys can't see her. The one is she's hidden, isn't she? Yeah. Hang on just a second. I'll show you guys what's going on with that figure there. Let me finish getting my sort of layout here for this. I think that should be good for now. Do I want to put any on that lower part, or I think maybe not. But I think maybe we'll put some on. Paint this part up here green as well too. Yeah, be a good idea. And okay, that's good. I think those middle sections will have it a different color. For now, I can go over there. Yes, the character figure. So yeah, I already had the skin tone already painted because I already had the figure prepped to use with something else, and I decided against it. So I already had the whole thing primed in mahogany, and the face painted in the skin tone color painted on the face. But so yesterday I just painted the hair and then painted the suit in a kind of space white. And so I don't think I'll do any work on her necessarily today. But yeah, just there she is. And I also went ahead and pinned her hand, so where she's going to be holding on to the suit, kind of floating along, not with the suit, with the Krachenvogel. But yeah, last night I showed the guys in my Discord that unfortunately last night while I was putting the pin in her hand and pinning her to the kit, I snapped her thumb off. So this thumb here is actually then just a scratch, but a little piece of plot plate then glued back onto there, and it looks a bit odd, but for a quick fix, it's okay. Alright, now this part here on the side. Also, just once again looking at some of the reference images here. Okay. Really like this green. It's I mean, it's a pretty obnoxious green color. It's not quite as extreme as the green on the the fluorescent color on the actual frog, but again, like I was talking about earlier, I've decided against making it very frog accurate, and just gonna go for something, yeah, that's still basically the same colors of the frog, but a bit more believable in the Maschinen Krieger sense. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Go, and I'm out of clips. Should have brought a couple more clips over here, I guess. Let me go grab some for my temporarily drying station. To answer your question though, does Chefster big plans for the PlayStation kit? Not necessarily. It's a really cool kit, so I want to paint it, but I don't necessarily have any plans for it that I'm really in love with yet, so that's why I haven't done anything with it, but I got it here. For if something sparks that inspiration, you know. Let me see. All right. And then this guy here as well too. We'll put a little bit on this side. It's quite the odd piece. That's about right. Like that. Doesn't take much. So yeah, like the first step is basically all we're really doing is just kind of blocking out the colors. And later is when we'll go in and add some more kind of variations of the colors and refine some bits and stuff, you know, clean up some bits. But for now, it's just kind of about mapping out some bits of color here on this. Just getting some paint on the model, as I suppose Lincoln would say. Speaking of what Lincoln would say, Lincoln will be joining the live stream tomorrow, so I'll be live streaming this build once again tomorrow, where I'm planning on hopefully finishing up most of the painting today. I'm going to be live streaming here with you guys for a little while, and then I'll basically be painting all the rest of the day as well too, off the live stream. I'm hoping to maybe finish up most of it, and then my goal would be hopefully to then, when we're chatting, or when Lincoln joins the live stream to hang out a little bit tomorrow, then I'll be maybe working on some of the later steps, and the painting will basically be done at that point. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah. That'll be also a later time than this as well too. So we're now in the morning my time, but it'll be after lunch my time, on this side of the world. So for those of you guys like in the US, for example, that'd be, you know, later in the evening. So if you want to check that out, Link will be here, and we'll be talking about this kit. I'm sure he'll have some interesting stories about the kit itself and all that, but we'll just be kind of chatting about whatever. Not necessarily only about this kit or Maschinen Krieger stuff, so it's not like an interview or anything like that. Necessarily only about modeling. Just two pals hanging out. One of which happens to know quite a lot about the particular subject matter. And the other of which particularly does not, but is enthusiastic about it. That's me. painting. I also promised Lincoln that the next Maschinen Krieger thing that I was going to be painting, I was going to attempt to do something a bit more canon as far as like the painting goes, but obviously not the case this time. Because I was planning on painting the Dachshund first before this, which unfortunately the Dachshund is now bumped because I wanted to do this week, and I'll definitely paint the Dachshund next week. Let's see. What's the Spetsnaz knife? Hello from Japan again. Hello. You're in... where in Japan? Remind me. Is it Okinawa or elsewhere? This will be the last section that we need to paint in green for now, and then we'll set our green aside and work our way down to the next colors, which will be a kind of light tannish, orangish kind of color. Yeah. That's maybe enough for now. Do I want to bring that down anymore? Or net? Basically good on that. Yeah, I suppose so. That's enough for that for now. And here's that clip. Kind of a heavy piece, but fortunately the clip manages to hold that up well enough. Okay, let's get our brush clean, get our next color going here. So our next stream is around 11 p.m. EST. Probably be a little bit later than that. I would guess it's probably going to be closer to 12 Eastern time tomorrow. Ian, did I miss a spot? Probably. It's okay though. It's all part of the fun. Now the real fun later, we'll be doing like the kind of very dark pattern on it, which is like basically black. That'll be fun. So I'm gonna have like a couple of colors here. One is gonna be, yeah, mostly, let me get a little bit more. Mostly tan with a little bit of yellow, and then we're going to do a little bit more yellow and less tan. And then one with a little bit more orange. Yeah. So 1 p.m. Seoul time. Yeah, so probably around 1 p.m. Seoul time tomorrow, I think. That's pretty good. Not too yellow. probably could have just used like a sandy brown color, which I have, which is basically that. Tan with a little bit more yellow orange added to it. It's basically just sandy brown, but no, it's different. I forgot my tool cleaner. What's that? I wish I could do what you can do. Stick menu. You totally can. This is not very complicated, trust me. It's all about just getting paint onto the model and then keep putting paint on until it looks good. Do you have any inspiration for your color choices? Yes, Ian, it's the Starry Night Reed Frog is the inspiration. I showed you guys a picture yesterday, but or yeah, was it yesterday? Day before. Just for your reference, here's another image. Not that. That. There you go. Dee-dee-ding. So it's gonna have this crazy pattern on it, but the underside is like pretty plain. Yes. Frog. All right. A little bit retarder in here as well too. Just a pinch. Very good. This is good. And back to where we were before on this piece. So basically just working my way down. This is kind of the next color in the progression, which I will get it kind of close to the edge of our green there. A little bit of overlap. So the colors will overlap a slight bit now. This will kind of push back the green a little bit, and then later we'll push the green back down again a little bit more. So it's kind of a back and forth of the colors. Getting a little bit too much paint on the brush here a little bit, but try to keep some control here. Looks like you're painting your original painting scheme. How do you define it? Huh? Sorry, I don't quite understand the question there. I think you're asking maybe like, how do I go about like deciding the color scheme or the choice for that. All part of the challenge too is holding the pieces in hand, and it's going to be more challenging later when I put the kit together and I'm working on some more painting once the kit is like actually all put together, because it's kind of a tall, awkward design, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So at the moment it basically looks like I'm just using just these two colors. There's going to be more colors and stuff going on, but these are just kind of the main defining colors. Does the kit come with a base? Yes, this kit does come with a base, but I won't be using it. It's just this little simple clear one. If you look at like pictures of the kit on any different website or something like that, like the product images of the kit show it on the base that it comes with. It's this like kind of clear plastic piece that just kind of cups the ball, if you will, at the bottom of the kit. Alright, so I think that's good for this part for now. That'll work. If you have, what's that? What's the dabbing and painting technique you're using? Beats me, man. I don't know. There's no technique. It's just trying to get paint on the model in a way that looks convincing for the style. Brushing it will just give you a completely different look, not to the look that I'm going for this. So you dabble all you to dabble all you need is a couple of rattle cans. Yes. Yeah, stippling basically. Yes, kind of. I think stippling is usually would be a bit more like small. This is almost, it's like more sort of like sponging the paint on with the end of the brush, and not a sponge obviously, but. That's right, I think that tube part at the bottom is probably going to be a different color, so I'll leave that like that for now. Aaron's nice. What's going on, man? Came up to the stream to say hello. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Aiden, when I used spray cans last year, I did it in the corner of my yard. Some people I know do it in their apartment parking lot near trash cans, etc. I mean, yeah. As far as like, where's a good place, whoa, to paint or whatever. I mean, well, ventilated area is ideal, as well as yeah, just an area that you won't mind getting some paint, because you're gonna get some paint wherever you are. So, you know, make sure that it's an area that won't be a big deal if you get it a bit messy. But also, yeah, just some good ventilation. You're an amazing, skilled guy. Well, not that much as you may think, but thank you. I'm a bit concerned that I didn't mix up enough of this paint. I'm using it kind of more than I originally thought I was going to, but we'll see how it goes. It's certainly looking froggy, isn't it? I guess, right? Let's see. Sorry to bother you, but when is the giveaway stream again, so I know when to watch this? Yeah, I was planning on doing that on Wednesday yesterday, but I ended up not streaming yesterday, Wednesday, because just of where I was in the process. So, yeah, let's do that. Oh, shit. Why don't we do that tomorrow during the USA Gundam live stream? Because we're going to be giving away a kit there, as we usually do, so we might as well give away a couple kits at a time, then we can do that. That'll be a good idea. So tomorrow, that's tomorrow night for me, but for those of you guys in the US, that's like Friday morning for you guys. So I know not necessarily the ideal time. Do you need to go on their channel to watch? I mean, yeah, it's just on the USA Gundam TV channel. That's all. Where I do the live streams with Adam. So I'll make a post about that later on. Won't be able to watch. Aaron, is it because of the time or what? Friday morning. Yeah, I know Friday morning may not be the ideal time for some people. But I'm just trying to think of what will be best for that. So I need to make a post about the live stream tomorrow later on, so I can easily add that onto there. I think that'll work out pretty good, but let's see. About that. I had to work tomorrow. Yeah. The video, I mean, if you can't watch it live still, too, I mean, you can be able to watch it later. And yeah, I mean, just because I think that'll be the best place to do it, to do the giveaway will be with Adam and I there during that live stream, because we're already giving away another kit as well too. And just a heads up for you guys who typically watch and or enter in the live streams that we do on that channel, Adam and I will be giving away another 00 Quanta Master Grade P Bandai kit over there for our giveaway this week. I'm gonna mix up a little bit more of this paint. What are your thoughts on layering primer through hand brushing? Primer through hand brushing, I mean, I'm sure it can be done. I don't think it's probably done that much, or maybe not even like really recommended, but I'm sure you can do it. See you, Josh. Sorry I missed it, but what paint are you using, Zach? This is all just Mr. Color paint. So currently this is a mix of tan and character yellow. It's like 80% tan, 20% character yellow, something like that. How much would you say is a good amount to spend on an airbrush? I would look for something kind of mid-range as far as an airbrush goes. Wouldn't necessarily recommend getting like the cheapest thing that you can find because, you know, you get what you pay for. But especially if you're just starting out, you don't necessarily need the most expensive one either. So I mean, get something, you know, in a really medium price range around, you know, 80, maybe like even up to $100. Anything more than $100 I would maybe not really recommend for a beginner just starting out. But I mean, if it's something that like you definitely want to get into, then I mean maybe spending a lot on like a really expensive one straight away. I mean maybe, but kind of unnecessary. It's kind of like buying God hand nippers for your first set of nippers. Like, yes, they work well, but you know, it's not really necessary by any means. Some of these spots here are gonna be kind of hard to reach. But the thing is that if it's hard to reach, then it's hard to see. So it doesn't matter quite so much about your painting in those really hard to reach areas because it's not going to end up being all that visible. That said, I mean, you do still want to pay attention, and especially with Gunpla, where you're painting it in a different way. Usually, you're not painting it where like half the kit is assembled here like this. You'd be painting it in pieces. In that case, I mean, you do want to pay more attention to those hard to reach places because they're easier to get to when the kit is just broken up into, you know, hundreds of pieces or whatever. It's just that in this case, we're painting the model kind of already as it is assembled, then yeah, those pieces that are hard to reach will be not very visible. That said, we'll definitely have to do a little bit of fix up later because I'm making a bit of a mess of these parts here, trying to paint those areas that are tricky to get to. checking in with you guys there in the chat, but I know there's not a lot going on. Sorry guys. It's a little bit harder to live stream and paint at the same time, admittedly, because it kind of takes a bit more focus. I can't focus as much on talking with you guys, unfortunately. But, you know, as usual, you know, feel free to pop your questions, whatever, in the chat, and I'll check those out. Really, what I should have done is paint these parts, these areas up in here first. But, you know, not much we can do now. Just make the best of that. Okay. Why can't you just put your camera on the opposite direction like what Gunpla Lab does? I could, but it seemed like, for me, it seems awkward to do that, because then you guys are like seeing backwards what I'm doing, which, I don't know, is that like more comfortable for you guys to see it that way? It just seems awkward to look at what someone's doing that way, but I guess that's how you would look at it, like if you were here, like, sitting across from me at the table. But it seems like I'm trying to show you like my point of view. Wonderfest going on later this week. What do you think the chances are of Genshin Impact garage kits? Man, that would be cool. I don't know if I'd be able to get any, but I would love to see it. I think, you know, there's a chance. I think Genshin Impact is popular in Japan. I'm sure it's not as popular as a lot of other stuff in Japan, though, so I don't know. But I'm sure probably someone there in that industry is making something, I would imagine. Something Genshin Impact related. Speaking of Gunpla Lab, he just texted me the other day. And said he missed me and asked me to come to Seoul again. I said, sorry, because of Corona, I'm not gonna go to Seoul. It's like the worst place to go. Genshin is also popular in China, right? I mean, I guess so. It's made in China, so I would imagine like it's probably one of the most popular places for it. So set this down for the moment because I need some more paint again. Ah. Do you think that with the new HD Leo variant is going to be available for pre-order? Oh, do I know when the new HD Leo variant is going to be? I don't know. No, sorry, I don't know anything about that. Especially for when it's going to be available for pre-order in the US. I have no idea, sorry to say. That should be enough, I suppose. Chefster says next month for you guys in the US. Probably should have made some more of this color, I think, actually. So I need it for the power unit as well too, which is not painted yet, so let's get some more of that, I guess. Do you use retarder when painting with an airbrush, even if you use leveling thinner? Yes, I use leveling thinner and retarder, and I'm using both now as well too here with this one. So there's the thinner, and then I'll also add a little bit of retarder as well too. No, I don't live in Japan. I did live in Japan for a year before, and I've been many times, but I live in Korea now. Just across the way. Back in business, some more paint. Yeah, I do. In fact, I live in Korea. A little bit more thinner here. It's a bit thick, seems like. Since someone was asking about Genshin Impact, I'll just say that I've not gotten Eula, and I'm not happy about it, and I'm on the verge of spending money on the game. So far I've not spent any money on the game, but I'm very tempted to spend some money to try to get Eula. At the same time, like, I've kind of got like Cryo already pretty well covered. I mean, if she's a pretty boss Cryo DPS, then, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have her. But I mean, I've got Diona, of course, everyone does now. She's kind of free to play now. And I've also got Chi-Chi, Chongyun, Kaya, of course. But especially with Chi-Chi, I've been using Chi-Chi a lot recently. When I first got her, I kind of didn't really like her, and I was especially just didn't really like her voice. Was kind of annoying, so I didn't really like playing with her because I just found her voice really kind of off-putting. It's very weird. But I like her a lot more now. I'm starting to like her more, and I've been playing with Chi-Chi a lot recently. I've been keeping her on the team, and I like her, and she's good support and good healing. But you know, so I guess. Oh, I also have Rosaria as well too. Can't forget. Who's pretty good. I don't really have her like super strong, but she's pretty good like sub DPS for me when I need to do some cryo stuff. Cryo only applies to her elemental skill and bursts on the initial hit of them. So I don't know. I don't really want to spend money on any games, but I'm playing the game a lot and enjoying it a lot, so I mean, I feel like it's not so bad to pay money basically to support a developer whose product I'm enjoying. So I mean, it's not such a bad justification for that, I think. Still, we'll see. I'm certainly not going to spend a lot of money, so the problem is if I spend a little bit of money and I still don't get Eula, then I'm going to be really disappointed. And then spending money once then just means you're kind of more likely to then do it again later as well too, right? So certainly making a mess of this section here, just because of trying to paint those interior parts. Sorry. I leaned right to the microphone with that. Don't characters return on future banners though? Yes, sometimes, occasionally, but because Eula's a 5-star character, she's less likely to do that. I think so far the only 5-star characters that have returned on a banner again, I think, is just Venti and Tartaglia, right? I think those are the only ones who have been who have returned after their initial release. Because I got Child Tartaglia on his return banner, and I've just not really enjoyed playing with him. By all accounts, he's a pretty solid character. Every so often I put him on the team. I try playing around with him a little bit to see if I can maybe just take some getting used to, and maybe it just takes some more getting used to, but every time I'm just feeling like I'm not really enjoying playing with him. Also because I'm playing on mobile as well too. I think it seems to be that like a lot of people on mobile just don't really enjoy using bow characters, just because it's a bit more challenging to use that on mobile. compared to on PC. Zhongli, I don't have Zhongli, unfortunately. Also, kind of don't necessarily want to. I mean, I know he's a really good character. I know people that do have him basically use him all the time. So, you know, he must be good. But I'm just not really too into the character, and I've used him a couple of times when you have to use him like in the story or in the trial. And I just didn't really enjoy that much playing with him either. So same thing with Venti. I know he's like a really popular character for people to use, and a pretty strong character, but I'm just not that into him. One character that I don't have that I would really like to get though is Xiao. Anyway, yeah. He was a fun one to play as. Very fast, which is fun. I have Kaching, who's really fast. So lately a team that I've been using a lot and having a lot of fun with is Kaching, Rosaria, Chi-Chi, and Xingqiao for getting some water going, and then Chi-Chi and Rosaria for freezing everything, and Kaching for breaking the freeze and just being the DPS. That's been pretty fun. With that, this color is not done. Sorry, I was gonna say this color is done. No, it's not. There's a whole other part that I forgot about. The power unit. Zach, do you show more skin for donations? Could. Especially if it's Genshin Impact donations. If it'll help me get Eula, then I will certainly consider that. Is just the lower half of the power unit. The upper half of that is still attached onto the bottom of the head over there, so we'll get to that here in just a second. Let's paint this part here first. You guys in the chat are talking about different paints and stuff, it looks like. Apt conversation. That's good. And let's finish up this part. I should have left the wires and all the rods and stuff out for the time being, because they're just, well, I can take the head off here for a moment. All the wires and rods and everything sticking out of this are kind of a pain in the ass, but anyway. Danny, here's for Genshin, no skin required. Yes, thank you, Danny. I really appreciate that. So I did do a Genshin Impact live stream, like, I don't know, a month or so ago, and I want to do more. I'm not gonna like become a game streamer by any means, but at least, like, just because I'm enjoying playing the game, I do want to stream playing it from time to time. It's just really difficult to find time to do it because, you know, all of my time generally just goes to this stuff and making stuff to share with you guys, model kit related. So yeah, it's hard to find time to do that because any other time that I have, you know, is just family time and stuff, and I can't take away family time to stream gaming. So between that, it's really difficult to find what is actually the best time to do that. But I haven't done it in a while, since basically like the first time, so I need to do another one soon. So I will do that soon. And Danny, I will pull for Eula with your help. So thank you for that. Let's see, when can we do that? Just trying to think. Because tomorrow, basically I'm like live all day tomorrow. It's gonna be a hard day. I'm live in the morning on Chris's channel, going through some more of the clean builds from the contest, so stay tuned for that. And then I'll be live in the afternoon working on this kit, and Lincoln will be joining me here, and we'll be talking with him, just kind of hanging out, working on this kit a little bit. And then I'll be live at night with Adam on the USA Gundam TV channel, doing our thing over there, answering your guys' questions, giving away some stuff, having some fun. So, busy day tomorrow, gonna be live all day long. It's a tough life, but somebody's gotta do it. I'm extremely lucky. I mean, yes, live streaming does, I mean, what do I want to say? It takes a bit out of you. It's a bit taxing, just because, I mean, you kind of like have to be focused on two things at once, sort of, or multiple things at once the entire time. So yeah, it's not stressful by any means. I don't want to say that. I mean, at least for what I do. I'm sure for some people it can be, but yeah, it's just tiring, I guess, maybe, sort of. That still doesn't seem like the right word for it. But anyway, still, I'm extremely lucky and fortunate to be able to do what I do for my job. So I don't ever want to make it seem like it's anything less than the amazingly lucky and fortunate opportunity that it is. So, happy to do it, but it is going to be a long day tomorrow. That's okay. Alright, sorry if you've already answered any specific painting style, or sorry if you've already answered about any specific painting style. this build or more Zach's in-house style. Yeah, it's the in-house style, yeah, sort of, but I mean the painting scheme, just to show you guys again, where's my phone? Once again, I'll just kind of, for anyone who's come in a little bit later or missed this earlier, I'll show you the theme is based off of the Starry Night Reed Frog, so you guys can Google it as well too. What? That? Thank you. Just Google Starry Night Reed Frog, and I guess a package was just delivered for me. My wife just handed to me, so why don't we take a break from painting for a moment and check out what's in that package, because I actually don't know. Because I think it's some new kits from China. But give me just a second. I'm actually going to take a quick break here for a second. Then we'll come back, we'll pop open that package, and then continue with the painting. So hang on. Oh, the mic's muted. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I should have checked the chat. As I was saying that you couldn't hear me at all, the first kit in this box that I'm opening up that I just got here from China is this Mecha Musume B kit, which I actually already have, and I've had it for a while, and I finally got around to building it just earlier this week, last weekend. So I actually, it's actually, I think, probably the next kit that I'm going to be reviewing. It's already built up and ready to be reviewed. So this one we'll give away. So anyway, so yeah, it is embossed a little bit. It does look quite cool. I would show you on this camera, but I think it's going to be kind of too close. I had to mess with the focus, but anyway, yes, B-Girl kit. It's a cool kit. So you guys will see my review of that pretty soon. I already got it built. Let's see what else is in here. I'm guessing then this is the new Attack Girl kit, but it's upside down, yeah. Also, both of the boxes quite damaged, unfortunately, but yeah, it's the other new Attack Girl kit. The Titans kit. So there you go. Yeah, my box got pretty crushed here. And I gotta say, interesting, the like print quality, like the definition of the illustration on the front looks a bit strange in the face. It's gonna be out of focus for you guys, but my point is that it looks a bit out of focus, just like the illustration. So anyway, alright, cool. So we'll build this one up in the near future as well too. That's all there is in that box. Yep. So we'll give away that extra B kit to one of you guys, and the Titans kit, I'll build that up pretty shortly. Alright, let's continue on with a little bit more yellowish color here for this now. So I'm just going to add a little bit of yellow to the color that I've already got, and then add a bit more thinner and stuff into that. So basically the tan color we'll be using mixed with every color in here. So every color that we've got will have a little bit of that same tan color mixed in with it. That is an easy way to kind of tie your colors all together a little bit if you're custom mixing colors. You know, obviously if you're using spray cans, you can't do that at all. If you're using, I think maybe a little bit more, if you're using a airbrush or obviously hand painting, then it's much easier to custom mix your paints as you want, and then you can do that. So I don't do it every time, but I do it sometimes as just a way to make sure all your colors are kind of matching in tone. You use a little bit of the same color in every color. And Yero, also, here's your Genshin pull. Don't listen to the last dono and show some skin. Okay. Well, even though I'll show you guys my San tattoo, which some of you guys maybe have seen, but I have not on that side. I forgot which side it's on. A San tattoo on my fat belly. On this side from Princess Mononoke. Most of y'all probably didn't know that I had that tattoo. I've probably maybe shown it before, but certainly not any time recently, so there you go. And my extra thickness growing. Yes, time to get some exercise into the schedule, but that's another thing that's kind of hard to fit into the schedule, eh? So yeah, it's just a line art San and without any details on the mask. It's just a blank mask. But yeah, there you go. So thank you, guys, both of you, Danny and Yero, for the Genshin Impact support. I appreciate that, and I will certainly put that to use on upcoming live stream. When should we do that? Maybe Sunday night will be, that would be Sunday morning for you guys in the US. So I know like maybe morning is not ideal for you guys, but that's kind of the only, for game streaming especially, it's kind of the only time that I can really do it. And at least it's on the weekend, so you know, Sunday morning. I think that's probably the best we'll be able to do. Building my MG kit while watching your stream. So I can always... Yeah, I'd hope that you guys are building something along at the same time rather than just kind of hanging out. First curse scene still traumatized me with the the big monster, you know, the like black worm monster thing. So with this kind of a little bit more yellowish color, basically just kind of gonna camo this a little bit. So adding basically just some kind of variation with the color around in here. And it's not gonna be, and it's gonna be kind of subtle. It won't be like super different from the color we were just using, but yeah. Subtle a little bit just to give us some variation, so we're not just having like two colors. And we'll add some more later as well too, if I can get around these catfish whiskers sticking out of the bottom of the kit here. I'm also gonna use a bit more of an orangish color as well too, to add in some more variation in that. And then we'll move to, that's nice actually. Then I'll move back to some more green and stuff here in a bit. So we're making our way through here. With this one, this is just sort of like to add some variation and also be a little bit of a filler color as well too. Yeah, I can fill in the opacity a bit in some areas where, like with the tan color that we were just using, if I maybe didn't get the opacity coverage very well in some areas, this is where I can kind of add a little bit more to that. Oops. So just kind of adding some variation, adding some splotches kind of this color, because it's mimicking this color scheme is supposed to mimic the color scheme of the frog, right? Which is the frog's skin. I'm getting some fingerprints on here. Mimicking the frog's skin, and the skin, you know, frog skin, human skin, whatever, is usually a bit kind of splotchy in like the coloration of it. Yes, sorry ladies, even your skin too. That's looking pretty good, I think. I'm Japanese. I like your Gundam hobby book video. Thank you. I also enjoyed making that, and I'm looking forward to making some more later on. also trying to be kind of sparing with this color as well too. I'm not trying to coat the entire parts or anything with this color. Again, it's just a kind of secondary kind of color to the color that we just put down. On that particular part, I actually probably ended up using a little bit more than I would have liked to. That's okay. Good. So, as you can see, I'm not using a ton of this. Just kind of lay some on there and move on, because I'm thinking about where I want it, but it also has to, ideally it's supposed to look somewhat random as well too. So you kind of have to easier said than done, but you have to make it look random when it's actually not. So that's kind of the trick of it, and like the trick of just camo painting in general, anytime, whether it's like a more organic kind of camo like this, or kind of typical kind of camo that you're used to seeing. That you have to plan it, but at the same time make it look organic. Maybe getting a little bit heavy with this color, I think. I don't know, but it's okay. Did USA Gundam Store already sell out of the MG Dual Gundam Assault Shroud? They were back ordered, but now it's saying sold out. It's very possible. I don't know offhand. You could ask. You can send a message to Adam or ask for the live stream tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know offhand, but just due to the popularity of that kit, I would say it's very possible that they did already sell out of that one, yeah. Like on these mechanical bits, I think I'm going to do like even less of the kind of yellowish color here. So a little bit, because I want the mechanical parts to still stay looking kind of mechanical, or at least like slightly different in their color, just because of the fact that they're mechanical parts, and I don't know, maybe different looking than the rest. Sort of similar to like painting the inner frame of a Gundam in a different color, right? Oops. Okay. I think pretty soon it's probably going to be time maybe after we do a little bit of our orange color as well too, it's gonna be time to start putting some parts of this together, I think. I think it did. I really need that kit to complete my Seed MG line. Yeah, I mean the MG Duel is a really awesome kit, so do hope you able to get your hands on that. Yeah, I remember Adam, I mean, just regarding the Master Grade Dual Gundam, I remember Adam did say that, as far as I can remember, he said they did get a bunch of them, but yeah, he said like they had a bunch on back order already, and then the the ones that they had left over, after they were filling the back orders, were selling out really fast, so does seem very likely that those would be sold out, yeah. See, I know you probably will review them, but are you looking forward to the kits from Sunrise's Kyokai Senki when they release? Yeah, what's the deal with that kit? Wasn't it like, has that kit come out like for pre-order yet, or not yet? I feel like that kit was shown, but it's not actually been open for pre-order yet, I think, right? They haven't released anything more about it. Yeah, I'm sure I probably will review it just because it's a new thing, but I'm not necessarily, based on what I remember, like when the design was first shown up, I wasn't really that into the design, to be honest. Alright. How come you're not we're using a mask while painting using water solvent? No, I'm not using water solvent. I should be wearing a mask. I'm not wearing a mask because I'm talking with you guys for a while. But yeah, I will probably wrap up the live stream here pretty soon for this, and then I'll put on my mask and continue painting with a mask on. Okay, so I think we're finished with that color. Now I'll add, next then a bit of kind of orange, just a little bit in a few places here as well too. I think I'll go back in with some other colors and stuff, so we'll do that here separately. But what type of paint are you using? This is Mr. Color Lacquer Paint. I get nauseous when I breathe too much lacquer. Yeah, it's not good. No. So, I do need to get a mask on here pretty soon, yeah. Oof, that's very orange. I don't want it quite that orange, I think. That'd be okay for just a little bit in some areas. And there's a hair in there. It's been seeing that. Oh no! Drip some paint here. Yeah, it's an odd smell. I can see how it's sort of like gas, and maybe some people kind of like the smell. But no. Yeah. I don't know. Certainly not recommended to smell that. What was it doing? Yes. Putting some retarder in here. Gotta give it to you, man. You got it going on knowing how to mix colors and still learning. I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, trying it out, and I think like also really being able to like look at colors, and especially when mixing colors, really understanding like how the color is gonna look mixed, or what effect adding this particular color to this particular color is going to have. Like, say for example, like I mixed the yellow, this character yellow, and tan color before. If I just wanted a lighter yellow, you might immediately think like, oh, I'll just take some yellow and I'll just add some white, but adding tan will not only make it a little bit lighter, but it will also like still keep it very warm. White will just desaturate it, and you'll lose some of that warmth of the color. So it's just like kind of like getting used to thinking about the color as to like really what kind of effect these colors are going to have when you're mixing them together, more than just like what you might immediately think as someone maybe with less experience or something. Do you have an update on the Daban PG Astray Red Frame 2014? No update on that. I haven't worked on that kit or anything. I don't think I'll be working on that kit or anything, so probably not too much to share from that one. That's maybe pretty good. Add a little bit of that to here as well. Let's see. Hand painting, yes, indeed, we are trying to. It's kind of interesting or unique, not very typical machining Krieger colors that we're working with here, so I'm trying to make them work, but also being, I mean, I don't mind that they're not typical machining Krieger colors, it's just that they are going to look different and unique. I'm trying to feather these colors for a good blend here of them. It's at the stage now that tends to happen with these kits. There's early stages when it just looks bad, and you kind of have to just stick with it until it starts to look good. So we'll see. I don't know. This one could end up being kind of a bit of a mess as far as the painting goes, but at least we tried it. Considering to add some Gunpla to my Zoid collection. Any suggestions apart from the Astray? Maybe not particularly. I mean, as far as like Gunpla suggestions, I mean, just go for kind of whatever jumps out at you. also, you know, depending on how much money you want to spend and what's available in your local shop, yeah, or wherever you're planning on buying it. And obviously, you may come across a kit that you love. It looks super cool, but if you can't find it in stock anywhere, then it doesn't really do you much good. So. Don't overpay for a kit if you end up like having to order one. Well, I was gonna say from Japan, but even like off Amazon. Amazon does this as well too. They'll price stuff based on like availability and whatever as well too. So if it's a kit that's been out of print for a little while and there aren't many of them available, then the price will be increased on Amazon. Don't pay that increased amount. Just wait till Bandai produces more, then you'll be able to get one from just a regular store for the correct amount. It's a bit more orange than I want here, I think, for this color, but I think we'll have to tone it back down with some more colors later on. We'll see. It's something. How's your zero gravity judge now? I started a review with that kit. I was planning on buying the kit next month. I want to know how the kit stands out. How does the kit stand out? The zero gravity judge kit is, great kit. Definitely. Mine's just back in the box. I'm not really doing anything with it currently, but it is a really nice kit, yeah, definitely. About this. We'll see how this is looking, but I'm feeling unsure. My name is not sure. welcome. Are getting like a fairly good gradient with the colors, but it's just not quite really hitting, I think, what I want to hit. So I'm gonna have to work with this a bit more, I think, to get it to where I want it. But like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here pretty soon, and I'm gonna continue working on painting of this and see what I can do. It's a bit odd at the moment. I think I just need to work with it some more and we'll get it there. The next, but again, like I said, it's pretty common, not just among not just for myself, but I mean, I know just kind of in general, when it comes to painting these kits, it's pretty common, like at this stage in the game, to be feeling that sense of dread, like, what's going on with this thing? It's looking pretty bad. I think that's pretty normal, so just kind of have to stick with it, keep working with it, and you know, it'll get better as we work on this some more. So for now, it's gonna be about it for today. Just again to remind you guys, I'll be working on this. I'm not sure at which point I'll be at in the build, but I'll be working on this again some more live tomorrow afternoon. So like probably starting around this time now. So whatever time it is for you guys now, that's probably gonna be about the time when I'll be starting on this tomorrow. And Lincoln will be joining me. We'll talk about this kit as well as just some other stuff. Just hanging out, so tune in then. And till then, guys, that's gonna be about it for today. So let me take a break, step away from this for a little bit, grab some lunch. I'll continue on with painting, and I'll show you guys how it's looking on tomorrow's live stream. But yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be live on Chris's channel again, going over some more of the clean entries from the Clean vs. Weather contest. And then tomorrow night, is the live stream on the USA Gundam TV channel. Adam and I will be giving away some stuff there. So I'll post about that here in a little bit later on to let you guys know what's going on with those giveaways and all that. But for now, thank you guys for hanging out, watching some painting today. It's not the most exciting thing, it's a slow process, but anyway, thanks for hanging out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for live streams all day long. Till then, bye guys. Don't forget tomorrow. I just mentioned it, Chris. I just said tomorrow on Chris's channel. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow or Thursday evening if you guys are in the US. Watch that on Chris's channel. Chris Pabs at YouTube. There he is in the YouTube chat there. So check out his channel, and I'll see you guys on there tomorrow morning. Bye!